What's up, everybody? My name is Ray Stavola, and in my world, I don't care what you've done. It's what have you done lately. I want to thank you all for joining me tonight. What we're going to talk about is a whole bunch of different things here. We're going to go into the Union, Eagles, Phillies, Flyers, talk a little Penn State even. Just know, huge sports fan. There's going to be some fucks in this shit, but we're going to get through this. So one of the teams that I feel like is under talked about in our fucking area here is the Union. I mean, they are the supporter shield of 2025. If what people don't know is they are the top scoring team in the MLS. Now, people are like, oh, well, who cares about that? I mean, they scored 66 points in 33 games. They have one game tomorrow against Charlotte, and they don't even have to play it. They already secured it. That's a very big accomplishment that they did. The last time this was secured was in 2020. Like COVID days. So, I mean, think about that. And since then, there's been a lot of changes within the organization. Not sure if anybody's ever been to a Union game, if they ever really into soccer. It's a good time. The Sons of Ben, they do a great tailgate right there off 291 in Chester near the casino. You might pass the jail too. But, yeah, I mean, it's a good time. Good for the kids. Definitely cheap than any other organization. And if you live in Delco, it goes toward the taxes, I believe. So, the one thing that I think that they changed the most is that we used to have a coach named Tim Curtin, and I think he tried, but in our city, we just didn't spend money for the teams. Unfortunately, you had teams like Inter Miami with David Beckham get a lot of high named players come in there, but somehow they figured it out this year. I was a season ticket member. I'm actually eating shit right now because I'm like, you know what? What was it? Last year, they were 12th in the conference. 22nd in the whole MLS. I'm like, I'm tired of wasting my money. They're not going to do nothing. And next thing you know, they got a new coach, Bradley Cornell, and dude just came out here with a whole bunch of players and, they got the supporter shield. So big ups to them. I'm kind of kicking myself in the ass because I probably missed a lot of good games. The one thing I want to talk about, though, the reason why that I have a problem with the MLS is the Lionel Messi phase, I like to call it. So, you have a lot of these organizations spending big money getting players coming overseas, and it's kind of hard to compare to that. We're, unfortunately, in America, not like the best soccer players. I mean, if you look at World Cup, we're really not in there. A lot of our athletes want to play basketball, baseball, stuff like that. So we have players coming in. You got Messi, Suarez, a lot of international players. At that point, I'm like, oh, they're just going to just run over, and we weren't doing anything. Well, it just shows you it doesn't matter talent, it doesn't matter money. If you have the right structure and you want to win, then obviously you can get the supporter shield. One of our main players on the team is Andre Blake. I actually went to a couple things with him. He's very grounded. Like, he doesn't sit there and run his mouth. Like, his presence speaks for himself, and I think that helps the organization. Another guy, Kai Wagner, great solid player. So I wish them well. The whole problem with our Union is that you can only watch them on Apple TV. So, obviously, if you're not going through Apple TV, you don't have the organization there. I mean, they're not in front of your face. You don't really care about it. But I'm thinking if they do get this, maybe everyone else will start talking about it. But if you have a chance, they're going to have a game this Saturday against Charlotte FC. It's at 6 o'clock for all my sports bettors out there. 64% of America is betting the Union. Plus 155. So if you want to jump on that, for every 100 you bet, you win 155. If you want to do less or more. But I personally think it's just going to be a tie. I think they're going to rest their players. Charlotte's probably going to want to win, but I look at it as a tie. So with that, we're going to move on to the Eagles. Look, we're 4-2, top of the NFC East. I mean, we should be happy. But there is some issues that need to be fixed here. Me personally, I know everyone don't like the Cowboys, people, blah, blah, blah. I hate the Giants. I've gone to Atlantic City so many times and had to talk shit to all these New York fans and have them run their mouth when Eli Manning was in there winning Super Bowls way after the fucking Cowboys. Fuck the Giants. I can't stand them. I understand they got Cam Scatterbo, they got Dart, played hard as shit, actually made our defenders look weak as shit. I don't care. They're still 2-4. They're the bottom of our division. We got caught with our pants down, whatever. Do I think that there's an issue when we got Goddard, the guy that's always injured, who I really do like? I met him. He's a great guy. But he does have an injury problem, and we're giving him the ball left and right, and we have AJ Brown and other individuals that get the ball, and he's the guy that we're relying on is great. But we need to start airing the rock out. Anyone that's a fan of the game knows you got to air the rock out. But when you air the rock out, you can run the ball. It's just basic. So I'm hoping in time, we got everything going on here, that that we can get this moving forward. What a better way than to play Carson Wentz, right? We got Minnesota coming into town. I mean, look, Carson Wentz was our hero at one time. We all thought he was going to be the man, and he ended up being shit after Nick Foles took the spotlight from him. He just had like an ego problem. He failed in Indy, failed at Kansas City. I mean, he had this whole city like to himself. Like he had us, and then he lost it because the ego got in the way. Anyone that knows anything about her insider talk knows he has a fucking problem. And we're going to give him a fucking problem. We're going to get into his fucking frame on Sunday, and we're going to beat the shit out of him. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts. There's no way this fucking guy's coming into our system and to where we're at and allowing this. No, there's just no way it's going to happen. So, with that said, if anybody thinks that the Vikings are going to come in here and win this game, it has to do with the system. We look at Darnold. Darnold came in there. He had a great game. But if we lose this, we lost this. We allowed them to beat us. There's no reason why that they should come in here and win. There's just no way. So I think accountability needs to be done. But again, we're 4-2. We're top of the division. Again, ride or die with these boys. Hopefully they just fucking ball out for them and they shut everybody else. So there's accountability issues. Seriously, that need to be done. And I'm sure they're going to figure it out as men. So anyone catch the Flyers game last night? Yeah, it wasn't that good. I mean, they lost 5-2 to the Jets. They got smoked. Overall, 1-2-1 for the year. Mitchkoff and Tippett got a goal. I mean, Tippett's a man. I like him. Mitchkoff got one. I mean, let's get real. The Flyers, unfortunately, have been a little, not the best that they want to be out there, I'm sure themselves, but there's a lot of young talent on the team. I do enjoy going to a live game. I think it's great. I mean, home we're 1-1, away we're 0 wins, 1 tie, 1 loss. But I think it's a bounce back game for us. We got, I think, Minnesota coming up. Yeah, 7:00. And I mean, it's a comeback game. We got 2 home games and then 3 days off. I think our biggest problem is first period goals. If you look at our first period goals, I think we have 2 goals in the first period, 4 goals in the second, when we're allowing teams to score 1 goal in the first and 7 goals in the second. That transition from first to second just has to stop. I mean, we have to play defense, get the lead, have them on their heels, and then just go after them. That's just what we got to do. And if we don't do that, then teams are going to play confident and they're going to continue to just roll on us. They're going to score power plays. They're going to get in our heads. And they're going to move forward. If we get the lead, keep the lead, and continue to move forward, I think that's going to be our success to win. I mean, 53% of America thinks Minnesota is going to win. But we are favorite. I mean, we're giving them a 1.5 goal. I mean, but again, I feel like they're not playing that great. So if I had to bet on them, I'd take the Flyers at home. See what they can do. If not, I mean, at least you're rooting for them. You know what I mean? But one thing let's talk about that it's hard to root for anymore is the Phillies. I mean, what's the point of even being a season ticket holder at this point? Honestly, I mean, we are disappointed every fucking year. And what upsets me the most is we have so much money in our lineup. And I get that's the name of the game. But you look at teams like LA and you see what they're doing, going back to back to back, and international players, expanding the horizon, not just going after the big names within where we're at. And I believe they're 1 game away from the World Series. And here we are, almost at the top of the East, and we're sitting at home. That third game, yeah, we woke up, we got home runs. It was great to see. We lost because we walked a guy in to tie the game. We walked a guy in to tie the fucking game. And as I'm saying this, I know this resonates with people fucking hearing this. It's just unacceptable. And I understand our closer fucking been killing it. I mean, we paid big money for this man. Duran, he's got the best intro in baseball that I've ever fucking seen. Let's get real with it. But when you're walking a guy in and then you're losing a game because of a bad throw, because you put one fucking run up, that's crazy. It's just public spankings are due. It starts at the top. And when you looked at the Dodgers, how they played, shirts are buttoned up, look professional, they look ready to go. No nonsense. I mean, they all do like little weird like chants. Like that's just, I don't know. But like they meant business. And they gave us the business. Over and over and over 3 times. I don't know. We're going to see what's happening with Castellanos. We're going to see what happens with Thompson, with free agent signings. But at this point, I think they got to fix themselves. They got to look inside themselves and be like, look, we're better than the product we're giving us. They asked for the fans to come out, and we come out. You got people, if you look at the price of our tickets and what people are spending on our tickets compared to like certain areas, not let's say like New York or like LA, but like smaller markets, and what we're paying as fans to go see our team repeatedly lose, it's insane. You know, it gets to the point where like I personally stopped going. You know, I love going to games. I mean, I have the opportunity to go to games. Could pay for my own tickets. But if I have an opportunity to get tickets, I like to give to someone else that maybe wouldn't have a chance to go to a game. There was a story I heard about on the World Series that a mother, she wanted to give her 2 children an experience. And it was when the Phillies were running hot and she was in debt, you know, probably didn't make the best financial move. And she bought World Series tickets on her credit card to give her, you know, her children a good time. And the Phillies got fucking smoked. So not only is she in debt to watch a team that she had fucking faith in, again, which is her call. Ain't no one put a gun to her head. I get that. But again, to show the passion that some people would do to put behind you, to help put money into your pocket, and to allow us dissatisfaction, think about that next time you're off the bat. Next time you're not running to first base, think about that mom out there that's trying to do good for her kids to watch you play a fucking game. And you give them, they're not even like giving 100. Just think about that. So, with that said, I do have one segment I want to talk about. It's Penn State football. I mean, I personally had the opportunity to go to Penn State many times. When I my old job, I had the opportunity to go in Center County. Great area up there. I mean, beautiful, great food, nice area. The stadium's absolutely gorgeous. And as anyone knows, the fan, like after the Joe Paterno era, they've been trying to find their identity. You know, they've been reaching. You know, they had coaches that left to go for the NFL, and they thought they found it with Franklin. If anybody watched them in the playoffs last year, and again, so when I talk about college athletes, I understand, because my argument is that, yes, they're still kids to me. Like, I understand they're millionaires, and I understand, like, with the new endorsement deals, they're making money. In my mind, that was a grown man. I'm never going to talk reckless on a young man in school. I think that's just not okay. I think that anyone that would do that, they need to look inside themselves and realize, like, there's other avenues you got to do. But as an athlete, I believe the young man, the quarterback there, unfortunately played his ass off, made a couple bad decisions that really cost Penn State. And now he's injured for the year. Unfortunate. You never want to see an injury in sports. And you look at the coach, and the coach has put this kid in the opportunity to not excel to the best way for many times now. The firing of the Penn State coach, Franklin, much needed, overdue. In my opinion, he should have been fired. In the earliest of the year, he went for 2 points when you're already up. Like, you're letting Villanova, even though we smoked in the second, we're giving them a close game in the first half. Again, I got Villanova up on my wall. I'm not hating. We're talking about a D2 school here. And we're allowing these young men to be as competitive as they are against a D1 powerhouse that's supposed to win the championship. Again, this falls on Franklin. And I hope these young men on Penn State team, they get a better coach out there that can help guide them. And I think with the proper guidance, they're going to do very good. So all my gamblers out there, I don't know if any of these are out there. Big things have just happened. As we all know, we got our overseas games. We got, kegs and eggs at 9:30. I got an early morning special for you. If anyone didn't figure it out, Pook is injured. I mean, Pook is out right now. I mean, and he gets the rock thrown at him multiple times. Devontae Adams for the Rams, don't understand he's not having 150 yards a game. Like, it's ridiculous. Jacksonville Jaguars are getting +3 with a hot new coach that's got these boys balling out. Say what you want about Trevor Lawrence. Say what you want about Travis Henry. They're balling out, man. And they're riding behind their coach, and they're getting 3 points. Overseas where no one has when there's no home field. Either win with me or lose with me. Take the Jags +3. Well, with that being said, thank you for joining me. If you want to talk about anything, please, I want to come at you week after week, start talking about new content. Hopefully I can get better for you. And we'll go from there. Have a good night.